talk about the Central Illinois forecast. Move over, groundhogs. It's time for a hairy caterpillar to help us make a prediction about the winter. The banded woolly bear caterpillar is found throughout the United States. They have 13 segments with hairy bristles, and they're black on the ends and reddish-brown in the middle. According to legend, wider bands mean a milder winter, and more black segments mean a more severe winter. But just like the groundhog seeing its shadow and retreating back to its den, there's no scientific research to back up the caterpillar legend. But we are seeing more and more of them as they migrate to find good hibernation spots. It might be wise for some of us to find a few hibernation spots. Temperatures will be a little cooler throughout this work week. We won't be seeing that so much during the daytime, but the overnight lows will be getting down into the 40s on some evenings this next week. And this cold front that I just told you about before the break, we're starting to see it making its way through East Central Illinois. You notice that it's starting to slowly become a stationary front, a non-moving front, so we're not going to be seeing this moving much closer to our area. In fact, this is going to break down. We're not going to be seeing any of this cooler air. It would be a welcome gift to start feeling some more fall-like conditions, but we just won't be seeing that here in East Central Illinois. 75 degrees for our high today, 78 degrees for our high in Effingham. And looking at our current feels-like conditions, 75 degrees under mostly clear skies in Charleston right now, though we are seeing some variance in the clouds. Mostly cloudy skies off to the west, 76 indicator, and 75 degrees in Taylorville. Now overnight tonight, we'll see mostly clear skies staying overhead. That means we'll see a little bit warmer of an overnight low. That cloud cover will be blocking some of that insolation and solar radiation from escaping back into the atmosphere. So a little bit of a warmer night. Winds will be strengthening during the day tomorrow, not really impacting temperatures a whole lot, but we will be seeing a little bit of a warm up tomorrow. 79 degrees for our high in Charleston. We'll see mostly clear skies throughout the entire daytime tomorrow. And these temperatures are more or less going to be stagnant for the next week or so, staying right firmly in the 70s with some mostly clear skies. And you can see that on our futurecast right now. Overnight tonight, it'll be some mostly clear skies, and particularly for the northern communities around areas such as Champaign and Decatur, you'll be seeing a little bit cloudier of a start to your day tomorrow. And throughout majority of the day, you'll see a little bit heavier of that cloud cover. Now, areas further to the south, including us in Charleston, will be spared from majority of the cloud cover. We may see a spare cloud or two moving across the area, but much clearer than our neighbors up into the northwest, where they'll be seeing a mostly cloudy day tomorrow. And looking at the next week ahead, temperatures will vary a little bit, 72 degrees on Wednesday and 76 degrees on Thursday. But the big talking point about this forecast is that we have a chance at the start of this weekend to possibly see some rainfall back into the forecast. 78 degrees for our high, with a chance of rain Friday night into Saturday morning. Now, we do expect to see some rain chances Saturday morning, and that's kind of being driven by our jet stream. We've been trapped under this ridge of warmer air that's been fueling these warmer temperatures, but off to the west, you start to see a trough of cooler air developing, and that's going to come right down over East Central Illinois for this weekend. What does that mean? Well, the rain chances that we're seeing are being driven by the jet stream, but we'll also see a pretty nice cool down as a result. Temperatures down near 50 degrees for our high to end our weekend, but we are moving ever closer to the start of November and the official end of daylight savings time for 2025, only 20 days away from the end of daylight savings time on November 3rd. Well, we'll be switching the clocks back from 2 a.m. back to 1 a.m., and that's going to have a pretty significant impact on our sunrise and sunset times. Sunrise is going to be taking place before 7 a.m. time switch, pre-time switch, 7:22 is our sunrise time, now 6:23, and especially for the evenings, November 2nd is going to be our last day with a sunset before 5 o'clock, as after the time change, 4:48 will be our sunset time on the 3rd. And looking at the rest of our 7-day forecast, again, chances for rain Friday and a good chance for rain on Saturday. We are still waiting to speak on the amount of rain that we could expect. We'll have more on that throughout the week on Newswatch, but conditions down to 61 degrees for Sunday and back up into the 70s to start next work week. But again, hopefully some chances for that rain. It won't be a drought buster, but will hopefully help with some of our drought condition.
I don't even care about the temperatures anymore. I'm going to dress like it's fall.
I think we all agree, Olivia. Thank you, Ben.